Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Starflight 2 on the Mysterious JG. I realized why the repairs were not progressing, and that is because the game does not allow you to make repairs in Starport. It's a way of getting out of spending money that the game thinks you should spend. We're slightly damaged. What I think I'm going to do, just out of sheer impatience, is pay for repairs. Then I'm going to go to the trade depot and make sure we buy 5 of each of these repair elements for the future. I mean, that's not really a huge amount, but it's a little bit of everything. And I'm going to check and make sure. Seymour Guado's got 200, Edison 250, 250, 250. Bombo. Alright. We have to scroll through everybody to get out of this screen. But yeah, we've got people who can do all the things that need to be done. The ship's been repaired. Our armor was completely blasted off, so we need to replace that. If we didn't have level 5 armor, that plasma bolt probably would have destroyed us rather than crippling us. And we have to decide now, do I want to buy a missile launcher and have very little cash, or a laser launcher and have a little bit of cash? Or buy like class 3 of both. But I think I'm just going to get a class 5 missile launcher. And as we did in the last game, in the last game I got lasers and pretty much ignored missile launchers, because missile launchers didn't work against the Gazertoid. But I think this time we're going to get some class 5 missile launchers. And we don't have very much in the way of Shinium pennies to our name. So maybe that was kind of stupid, but I'm hoping that this will pay off. Because now that we got some weapons, we can go pick some fights and hopefully get some Shinium out of the ships that we destroy. Who are we going to pick on, though? Wow, we can't pick on the Tandaloo. We can't pick on them. We can't pick on the Humna Humna. For one thing, I think they could probably fight back, and they're just really good guys to be on good relations with. So we're going to go track down one of the species that's been shooting Pew-Pews at us. Who are you jerks? You're the Tandaloo. Ah, well, I, Commander Sheikh, offer greetings in the manner of the sacrosanct celestial ceremony, the Thadak Braga. You have once again come to hear our wisdom. Do not be ashamed of your ignorance, after all. Are we not the Tandaloo Ashvara? Yeah, well, later, guys. I really don't feel like dealing with you. Because I got weapons, and I got a real strong temptation to use them. And I'll get in trouble with Starport if I start using them against you. You know, there's whole inhabited planets, worlds, and that we haven't really looked at. But I think the Nuk are down here somewhere. Certainly, I remember being attacked by them when we were downspin of the cloud. We got a planet at 108.72, which had those flying bird dudes who eat you. And we know that the planet at 92.38 is Humna Humna. So I'm thinking that they're either gotta be, and we know that the planet at 125.91 or 92 or so is the what are they called? The TLV? The ones who live long. So the Gnuck have to either be those guys in the Nebula there at like 161.52, or they got to be at 158.30, or they might be all the way down at 131.9. But I think they're either in the Nebula or just downspin of the Nebula. But our shields don't work in the Nebula, and I kind of feel like we need to have shields. Even though if we fight the Nuk in the Nebula, they won't have shields either. So maybe we want to go check out 161.52. Yeah. And we'll find out what it is. If it turns out that's not their planet, then we need to get out of there anyway. So 161.52, did I say? Yeah, let's head that way. See who there is to see. Even though we don't have a ton of fuel. I want to get out of Humna Humna space. The Humna Humna don't like it if you go around with your weapons armed. Now, it's not that big of a deal because I think they reset to being neutral towards you with every encounter, but well, let's go ahead and arm our weapons and stuff. We have very little money. I hope we get something useful out of attacking the Ganuk. Like some stuff that we can sell. Because we don't have much money and we don't have much fuel now. So, yeah, all in all, this ain't really going that great. I might want to rethink this plan. Well, we are approaching this nebula. And I think now we're pretty much away from the Humna Humna. I'm not sure, but we might find out that this planet is Humna Humna that we're heading towards. Magnetic disturbances in nebula causing energy fluctuation. Shields are down. Hey, continuum fluxes. And these are not ones that we'd previously discovered. I'm not even going to see where that goes before I duck back in. It's a shortcut down here. Why would one need to go down there? Doesn't appear to be a lot going on down there. Interesting. Maybe it will turn out there's something really important going on down there after all. In the fullness of the plot. This one is more useful because I believe there's an inhabited planet down here. But it's not one that I need to check out right this second. Let's keep heading over to where I thought that planet was. Or that system, I should say. Unidentified object. Hey, this is probably them. Best way to be sure is to scan them. Kind of remember what they look like. That's them. Should we try to... No, we shouldn't try to hail them. They've already attacked. That gate... What am... I meant to go into combat. Okay, now we're shooting blue pew-pews. That's right. You guys shoot your orange pew-pews and your red pew-pews. I'm shooting blue pew-pews. Ah, because their shields are down. I don't know what that purple flash means. Actually, I do, but Humna Humna actually told us about it. It's they have a weapon that will disable shields, and that's what that is. But since we're in the nebula, nobody has shields. Alright, ready to pick up debris. Haven't heard that since the last time we fought the Gazertoid, and you know that wasn't in this game. So, they've got ships with Endurium. Well, if I leave it floating in space, it's alive, but I don't think it can survive in the vacuum of space. I guess we'll pick it up. We need to make sure that we don't bring this back to Starport, because if we bring this back to Starport, we will get in trouble. It's illegal to trade in it. Now, I don't know what you're supposed to do if you find it. like, you know, you're not allowed to try and save it. You're supposed to, I guess you're just supposed to leave it alone. And maybe I shouldn't be bothering to pick this stuff up. You can't sell it consistently. Unless it turns out that some of these are repair minerals. Let's see. Well, I'm getting cobalt. I had 5 of everything, so maybe not. I can't tell for sure. Yeah, that's just coming in chunks of 8, so I can't really tell for sure if these are... If they're repair minerals, I can sell them at Starport. Anything else, I have to try to sell them at trade depots, and you can't tell whether or not people are going to want to buy it. Alright, so... Surprised they let us past without more guys showing up, but let's check out the... inhabited by Jaboon, Stone Age. Oh, okay, so this isn't the Gwak homeworld after all. A race of 6-legged armored behemoths, extremely unpredictable in all aspects of their behavior except for their great fondness of charm babies. They sell muso balls, and they buy charm babies and hot fungus. Hot fungus we know about because the Tandaloo, Eshfi, or Eshvar, I don't remember which, one of the Tandaloo groups purchased it. Alright, but at any rate, we're now, even though the Gwak were apparently orbiting that planet, it's not actually their homeworld. So we want to go to the next place that could be it, the next suspect, 159.30. Oh, this sucks. I might want to consider going back to that Nebula to fight them, because I think I did a better job of dodging their pew-pews than they did dodging mine. And I think if they got their shields operating, it'll take a lot longer to beat them. Certainly, if they're going to keep using that shield nullifier on me, we're on equal terms when we're in that Nebula. Ooh, there's a lot of them. A lot of them. And, yeah, that's them, alright. I was about to... Damn, they're firing a lot of pew-pews. My screen is full of pew-pews. So all you can really do is try to keep a safe distance and count on the fact that they don't really evade. They just like to fire. But it takes 3 pew-pews to destroy them. 3 pew-pews per ship when they've got their shields up. I missed. He must have either evaded or... Yeah, I can't target. It decides for me who they think I should be shooting at. I'm being scanned, huh? Gotta find out what kind of a ship it is that just kicked your ass. Try to hail them, maybe. Hostile. Be destroyed or something. Well, now I just need to frickin' move before I get hit. This is Captain Seymour Guado. Surrender to your lust, Una. We were meant to get freaky together. And then destroy all life. Well. Man, I'm gonna run out of fuel at this rate, though. I really should have had more fuel before I started on this. I'd have to find a planet, go back up to the Jaboon and sell them some stuff. Because, otherwise I'm going to run out of shinium. I don't think my ship can use Endurium for fuel. See, our energy is 4170. Can we run off of Endurium? That would be, well, evil, because we know now that Endurium is a sentient life form, but I'm curious. 4170 did not change our energy. So it does not appear, they said, the Humna Humna and Starport, I think at different points, have informed us that there are aliens who still use Endurium. But it does not appear that our ships can still use it. Our engines are not equipped to use Endurium as fuel. But at this point, I'm just collecting up all the spoils, and I'll have to figure out later on what to do with them. I might have to jettison the Endurium, or just... Can I land someplace and then set it free? Born free, free as the wind blows, free as the grass grows. Yeah. Probably can't do that. Yeah, picking up all this cobalt may not really be worth it. But what you gonna do? A whole video of combat action, folks. Combat action and picking up debris. What other things could you possibly want out of an LP? I don't know how many more ships worth of debris I'm going to pick up before I just drop it. Or maybe I'll just pick up the Endurium. You know, it seems pretty evil, but that stuff does have a pretty high sale value. Then again, they tried to wipe us out. I mean, you know what? Screw the Endurium. Hey, here's a planet that you could live on. Except that it's already occupied by the Gnunk. Gnunk. Okay. Spacefaring, modern technology, population density, level economy, no bartering. A coalition of various sentient species highly aggressive to all but other Gnunk. Will trade only with other Gnunk or Gnash. They sell phase inductors and they buy data crystals and brass harpooners. Alright, well. They won't trade with us, though. Game made that clear. And here's a whole bunch more of them. Can we hail them now? No. Alright. I just figure if we blow enough of them up, like with the Spemen, we had to blow a couple of them up. And then once we'd blown some of them up, they like surrendered to us. Our shields are down, eh? I thought I fired 3 at you. Shields are operative, but they're still down. I don't have time to stop and input a command to raise shields at this point, because I can't just say, shield up! I would have to actually stop flying around for a minute and go into my menus. Shit! Class 10! Ah, fudge. Fudge stripe. Missile class 10. So they are firing better missiles than I got. And they blew up a whole bunch of our shit. Because I couldn't avoid their missile. Now, in fairness, that was a missile that hit me with my shields down. So maybe I should have put my frickin' shields back up after all. Maybe I shouldn't be this close to them. Because they're really not dodging at all. Can I frickin' hail you now, please? Well, no, I can't hail them. I just really should be happy that my frickin' engines are still working. Whew. The shielding is operative. The missiles are operative. Wow. Okay, man. Burning through the repair stuff. I guess, oh, engines aren't working. I did not realize that that was, Man, we need 1 cubic meter of cobalt. Shall I take this from cargo? Yes, you can, because cobalt's something we're picking up from these Gwak ships. Did not realize the engines were down. I'm glad they weren't down while we were still in combat. Ceasing repairs on shields. Starting up repair on the engines. 7 cubic meters of cobalt. Go ahead. Two cubic meters of titanium. Oh crap, I'm gonna start running out of stuff. Okay, so I need to not get hit with another missile. And I need to get the damn comms back up, because the whole point of this exercise is I figure I need to, like, beat up on the Gwak until they finally just are willing to talk to us. Molybdenum. That's shield back. Yeah, so the next time they knock out my shields, I need to get those shields back up when I can. And not just be like, I was all cocky, I figured I would avoid their missiles, and then I was angled wrong. Yeah, aluminum. That's fine, take aluminum. But we used up all our molybdenum, so hopefully that does not become an issue again. I thought I was ready to, okay, now I'm ready to pick up debris. Yeah, it's a pretty action-packed video here, folks. It's not a game that's really about the combat so much. It's in the game. I have claimed before that I think Star Control and Star Control 2 were very much influenced by this game, but there are certain things that they improved on, and they went out of their way to make combat more engaging. Not necessarily more realistic, certainly goofier. I mean, in this game, the different species have kind of similar capabilities. The Gwak appear to have class 10 missiles, which are just nasty, and they fire them off fast. But they're still missiles. They're not like they insult you, and that gives them more energy. The whole thing about, like, you know, your crew are your hit points in space combat and Star Control just doesn't seem particularly realistic. I mean, how realistic can it be? It's about space combat, which is not something that actually exists, at least that we're aware of. Still, though, doesn't jive with my idea of how space combat would work. And while this game has some interesting and weird aliens, and some aliens I really like, and there are aliens in the Star Control games that I think were clearly influenced from this game too, like, I hesitate to say that the Urquan are supposed to be the Gazertoid, but they are kind of big and tentacly and just bad. But yeah, there's like plant aliens in that game who act kind of a lot like the Eloan. And there were depressed, morose aliens who acted a lot like the Dweenal, blah blah blah. But this game has the Spemen. There's nothing quite as amusing as the Spemen in Star Control. Although the little guys who are desperately afraid of everything and put themselves under their own slave shield, who reminded me a little bit of the Spemen, except that they're more like likable. They were pretty good, but and while the Negkar Arla are pretty creepy and weird, there is nothing anywhere near as creepy and weird as the ores in this game. So definitely, you got to give the, I guess, the Toys for Bob, or the name of the developing company for this. You got to give them credit. As a fan of Starflight, I can sit here and try to say that they ripped off Starflight, but there's nothing like the ores anywhere in Starflight. Welcome to Negkar Arla Space. We like to have good parties. Are you a party person? Hey there, party people. Have you heard the news about oh man, I forget their names now. Somebody feathers and Tom Cruise. Raise shield. Raise up. But yeah, I don't need to go around looking for the Gwak. I can just keep flying up to their home planet. Yeah, I'm getting pretty full on cargo. I wish it doesn't drop you out of maneuvering mode right away, though. Alright. I think I just need to keep killing these guys until either the video ends or they freaking talk to me. And now firing your weapons actually takes energy, so... Whoa, whoa, I'm gonna get hit by that one! Oh man, that was close. I don't know if I misread its angle or what. I've always figured they're shooting at you, and as long as you're not at that same spot when they get to you, you should be fine. Oh, one of them missed. I hate when one of them misses, because I end up not shooting at the same one. You can fire off groups of 3 and they all hit, and you take out one ship with every pass, you're doing fine, but as soon as you fail to do that, it starts getting tricky. Because of course you're in the most, that was close, you're in the most danger at the beginning of combat because you got the most ships shooting at you. I keep cutting in closer. This might not be that wise. I can beat them in a long-range missile duel. I don't know what their lasers are like. I really don't want to take the time to scan them and try to find out either. Are you going to keep shooting? I keep hoping if he just stops shooting it will mean he's going to actually communicate. Trying to surrender or whatever. I mean, maybe it has to be the very last one. They don't want any of their comrades to see them trying to surrender. But I'm also in danger of just running out of fuel. I have to go to some planet or other. And titanium, is that one of the repair elements? I know molybdenum. I used 5 units of molybdenum, so that might be... I'm pretty sure that's it for how much molybdenum I had. But that was like the communication system or something. It was like some specialized piece of equipment. Not even the sensor array. Sensor array? Come on, JG. Too much Star Trek. Where does the term array come in? The term array has never been used in this game. You just got that off Star Trek. This video's going to end up going a little long, but I really wanted to have some kind of progress come out of this and not just be me beating up on Ganuk ships. Assume they're Ganuk. I mean, it's the Ganuk homeworld they're orbiting. These have to be the Ganuk. But we know that they have the most valuable thing. So I don't think by attacking them, considering that they attack us on sight, I really don't see how it's likely that I'm like making the game unwinnable. It's perfectly possible and plausible that we have to make some kind of peace with these guys, but I can't see how if they attack you first, you're not supposed to be entitled to defend yourself. And my cargo hold is going to be pretty much full. Now, if this was Starflight 1, this would be a great way to make money. But in Starflight 2, these minerals are just not something that we're reliably going to be able to offload. And of course, cobalt's not the most valuable mineral in this game. And it seems to be the one that we're picking up the most of. Yeah, once we get over 90%, I think we need to stop picking up anything except maybe that Endurium. It has a really high sale value. I know, it's evil, this stuff is sentient, but I think it was already in a bad way. I mean, it's been living as a fuel source on the Ganuk ships. I just don't know what we're supposed to do with the Endurium to make its life better. Is that an excuse, though? I mean, when sailors came across slave ships, did they just say, well, you know, we don't have time to bring them back to where they came from? But no, it is a little different, because you could just take them someplace. With the Endurium, it's like, I don't know, I mean, we just find a planet and drop it off. I don't even know what Endurium lives off of. Does Endurium need the planet to be able to support life in the way that we do? Would have to be an M Shara class. You gotta get out of there right off. That's always the first way to start. I didn't even wait for them to start firing this time. Ooh, that one took 4 hits. Yeah, that's right, scam me, motherfuckers. My missiles are only half as good as yours, but I'm still kicking your sorry ass. Now they're all moving around. Fancy pants. Epic War of the Space Pew-Pews. Man, that one's really, really a tough ship. I don't know how much shinium I have to have left before I decide that I just have to get out of here and go buy some more. Luckily, I don't have to go back to Starport to do that, which means I can hold on to my illicit Endurium. Pew-Pew Showdown. Charlie Totischen. Man. How much of this... Does there come a point, JG, where you give up on this strategy, where you just admit that you haven't had a lot of combat in this LP and you've been looking forward to... Whoa. Damn, that was close. Fighting somebody that you think you can actually beat. I was borderline ready to give up, ready to let those guys live, but no. Nope. Alright, this video is starting to go long. Our ship is almost full at this point, so I think I just stop picking up anything except Endurium, since it is like 5 times as valuable in its base cost as these other things. But don't know exactly where you're allowed to sell it. You can't sell it to the Humna Humna, and you can't sell it to Interstellar. It's a nasty business getting into the Endurium trade. Really unsavory kind of thing. But at the same time, we have a quest to save the humans from total Spemen domination. Not that we really think the Spemen are actually going to do anything. They just like to talk big and commit space piracy, but... yeah, you gotta be careful about rationalizing the exploitation of a sentient species. Maybe we can just get some bogus scientists to tell us that, oh, well, the Endurium has limited cranial capacity. We don't think it's truly equal. Or maybe we can find like a religious reason that it's okay to exploit them. Surely we can find something in our religious texts. Of course, our religious texts... according to the Starflight 1 manual, it's actually the book of Endurium. So, in a weird kind of way, doesn't really seem to reflect an understanding of what Endurium actually is. Once again, our armor's all been blown off, of course. Oh, well. Yeah, our cargo holds like 99% full. I think even if we can't trade with the Gwak, we need to go somewhere else and try to unload these minerals. Because we just got a shit ton of it now. What do we got here? We got... 153 units of Endurium, 185 of Cobalt, 118 of Titanium. We got 14 eight-legged rhinos. We could find somebody who wants to buy those. I feel like we already found that, and I didn't even pick up on it. So, we need to do at this point, take a break from killing the Gwak, and we need to find a planet that is not a Humna Humna world and is not Interstellar, because we still got this Endurium in our hold. And, you know, I'll admit it, I remember what it is that you can do with Endurium, which is why I'm not getting rid of it, but we need to not be caught with it or we'll get in trouble. So, we need to buy some more shinium, and I need to make a command decision about whether we're going to hold on to this Endurium that we've been farming, or if we're going to go back to Interstellar and buy up level 5 armor before we mess with the Gnuck. But I am bound and determined to beat some sense into these Gnuck. So they said that they will only trade the Gnuck and Gnarsh. And damn it, didn't we get some info? Because I'm doing this fake blind LP thing where I remember stuff, but I'm trying not to use information that we haven't come across in the game. Do I'm going to tell us anything about how to? They mentioned the Gnuck to us. Curse, how to utilize and make use of, blah blah. The Dweenal, Tandaloo. The Gnuck creatures have possessed a formidable device which enables them to drop an opponent's shields. It takes a large amount of cobalt and the presence of a Gnuck crew member person, which suggests that you can get one of those, doesn't it? Yeah. I don't think anyone else would have told us about them. Well, whatever. There's obviously a way to get them to work with us. We just need to figure out what it is. Although now, oh boy, do I want to play for another 20 minutes? I've gone so long. Now forget it. This video is just going to be long. Alright, folks. So we spent like a video and a half almost of just blasting the Gnunk out of the sky. And although we're currently orbiting their homeworld, they really still haven't made any effort to talk to us. So when we come back, I need to go try to get some more Shinium, if for no other reason, so that we have the fuel necessary to continue to attack the Gnuck. This is Mysterious JG. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.